Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a great Monday. I hope you all had a great weekend. Well, today as you can see we are going to be working on this bouquet of peonies. I got it from DPClubs and it is a DIY cross stitch and it has 30 colors. As you can see, I've about accomplished this one, so we are going to be working on this pink one right down in here, and the color that I'm using is 3608. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're all good. Ready for a new week? Here we are. Yeah. Yay. Go team. Oh my goodness, I have no idea what today's going to bring. Yesterday was just kind of quiet. I didn't go anywhere. I just sat and stitched and watched a little YouTube, watched some floss tube. Not floss, yeah, wait, floss tube, and I meant to say Netflix. Just put one of my things on and just stitched on the blooming flowers for a while, and then I stitched on another one of my big flower ones. I have no name for it. Not a clue, but it's huge. So I worked on that for a while. And yeah, just sat there and vegged most of the day. Took a 2-hour nap. Yeah, it was kind of a nonchalant day. Had leftover chicken fettuccine, Alfredo, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just wasn't in the mood. And I went to bed about 1 o'clock-ish. Just couldn't take any more. What can I say? Yep, some days you just gotta sit there and do nothing. Just enjoyed my new rearranged room. That was about the extent of it. I hope y'all had a much more exciting weekend than I did. Some days it's just gotta be quiet. So no grand plans for this week that I can think of. And I hope it's quiet at work. I have no idea how it'll be. I know that's kind of weird to say, but can't tell if it's going to be busy or not busy. It's been it was nice. I guess that was Saturday and Sunday, you know, in the 50s, very low 60s, and a light breeze, but nothing, you know, too cold or anything. I have no idea what it was like up on the mountain, you know, I mean, as far as the trees. You know, sometimes if they get too much cold, then they just go to pot. Yeah. So, I have no idea. But we'll see. Kind of enjoy those evenings at work. They're usually pretty quiet and pretty easy to take after all the summer stuff that transpired. I think I worked myself right out of one. We'll just leave that one right there and get my other one. If I can get it off the thing. I decided to use my little owl that I got from, I think it was either Olivia or Anita. So pipe up if you were the one. This is very nice to stitch on. The fabric is nice and soft. I don't know if they still have this one or not, but coming from DIY, it was a pretty good kit. And since it's like 90% flowers, it's pretty easy to stitch on. I'm sure it has its confettied moments, but I just picked out the flowers to work on first, so we'll just kind of go with this. I got this back in January, I think. And I've stitched on it here and there, and it's not very big. It's a 40 by 50, I think. Oh, it doesn't say here, does it? I think it's a 40 by 50. So it's not too terribly, horribly big. And I went up the wrong place. So anybody got any plans for the coming up weeks? It's about Halloween, isn't it? Well, no, we're only about halfway through the month, so got another week or so before Halloween shows up. Do you have a lot of trick-or-treaters at your house? I don't have hardly any. They have usually one of the churches puts it on, you know, in there, because we have a couple churches that have a great big parking lot, and people pull in with their trucks and that kind of thing. And then they hand out candy to the kids, and sometimes, one year they had like activities or little games that the kids could play on the inside, you know, like, because like I said, it was a bigger church, where they could have several little booth type things for the kids. So that was kind of fun. But the kids went and did that, but they were pretty small. That's been a few years ago when they did that. But it draws a lot of people, and that way they don't have a lot of trick-or-treaters out, you know, because kids all want to go to this. So fun times. But I don't know, my daughter just usually takes my granddaughter up where they have like we'll call it a subdivision, but it's in town. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a housing area, you know, where a long time, gosh, probably 30 years ago, they built, you know, a bunch of houses with like 5 or 6 streets, so the kids can go up and down that, and that's usually plenty for most of them. And my grandson said he was staying home, so we'll see how that all comes out, you know. And of course at the grade school they'll have a little Halloween parade thing, and all the grades line up and they go down Main Street, and then they all kind of make a loop at the end. And then they come back, because the school sees at the other end where they started, so they call it the Halloween parade. So fun times. So she still gets to do that, but middle school, not so much. I don't know that if they have anything planned or not, you know, they're just kind of past all of that. So we'll see what transpires. That's what they're doing here in this town, and we don't ever go down to Salida for anything, you know, on Halloween. So I have no clue what they do down there. That's like 35 minutes away. But other than that, that's about as exciting as it gets. And nobody here in this trailer park, no kids show up, you know, because they're all in town. So I just keep my light off and nobody arrives. There are a few kids here. And then there's just like couples or young couples, or there's some older people that live here. But I wouldn't say there's a big influx of little kids here at all. And there's not a whole lot of kids where my well, yeah, my daughter and my granddaughter and that bunch live. So most of the kids that even go to that school are closer into town. There's a whole older than the one I told you about area. So it is what it is. It doesn't bother me one way or another. I've never had the luxury of staying home and passing out candy because we were always running our kids around. And then where I lived in Kansas, there wasn't hardly anybody that would show up because it was an even smaller town than where I'm at now. So, yeah. Just got completely out of the notion. And everybody out here works such weird hours, you know. Some people work for the prison that's here, so they're on a whole different schedule. And people that work nights, you know, and everything. So, fun times. I may get to pass some out. I have to work Halloween, I think. So, we'll see. If there'll be any in or not. Because usually I didn't have to work nights. Like last year, I was off. I think it was on Monday, so I was off by 4 o'clock. So, it'll depend. We'll see. I may get to sit there and pass out candy as it is. So, we'll see who shows up. And they decorated the store. 2 other girls. The owner and another girl decorated the store all up for Halloween. So, yay. I can remember working for one of the hotels, and we dressed up for work, and I wore my heavy robe and heavy pants, and I about died trying to clean rooms. So, yeah, it's been pretty much downhill from then. I have not, dressed up for work. So, who knows? I was like, where are my scissors? These little slash marks that I'm trying to cover are just here, there, and everywhere. I gotta kind of move that out of the way. There's a whole bunch right in here that I keep stitching away from. So, anybody got Halloween plans with their grandkids or their kids? I have no idea what my age group is here, but everybody's welcome. I don't care if you're 10 or 12 years old and you know how to stitch. You can just sit there and listen, but this channel is basically not for children. So, gotta be 18. I guess. That's the only way I would have learned, was by watching what my mother was doing and stitching. My grandmother, she was the knitter in the family, so I learned how to knit that way. Well, my mother taught me how to knit, but my grandmother was always knitting. She made afghans. So, you gotta learn somewhere, right? There's a lot of weird symbols right down in here, and it's kind of playing tricks on my eyes as to what is what. All right. Well, I think that's going to be about it. We did get part of that done. There's a bunch going that way. They're just like everywhere. I don't know if you can actually see. I'll try. Those symbols, they're just all jumbled up. Weird. And then there's ones with like lines all the way around making an X. Oh yeah, it's special. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.